Before the Grand Pyramids pierced the desert sky, the Sahara was not a barren wasteland, but a lush savanna teeming with life, lakes, and wild game. Around 6000 BCE, a catastrophic orbital shift changed global weather patterns, driving away the monsoon rains and parching the vast grasslands. This environmental collapse forced thousands of desperate prehistoric hunters into a narrow, muddy trench carved by the Nile River. By 5000 BCE, this severe climatic crisis compressed nomadic tribes into a tight 500-mile strip of fertile riverbanks. Survival depended entirely on the annual summer flood, driven by heavy monsoon rains in the Ethiopian highlands. This massive surge of water deposited millions of tons of nutrient-rich black silt onto the dry valley floor. If the inundation rose too high, entire mud brick settlements were erased. If it fell too low, widespread famine devastated the population. To survive this precarious reality, small farming settlements coalesced into regional chiefdoms called nomes. Local chieftains directed communal labor to dig irrigation canals, build dikes, and store grain surpluses in central granaries. By 3500 BCE, relentless competition for arable land consolidated these scattered communities into two dominant political realms. Upper Egypt occupied the rocky southern valley, centered around the powerful settlement of Hierakonpolis. Lower Egypt thrived in the marshy northern river delta, enriched by bustling Mediterranean trade routes. Tensions between the two regions escalated as population growth pushed both realms toward all-out war for control of trade routes. Upper Egypt, bound by dry desert cliffs, forged a highly militarized society driven by the urgent need to expand north. Around 3100 BCE, King Narmer of Hierakonpolis launched a ruthless campaign down the river, smashing northern strongholds. Narmer captured northern prisoners and unified Upper and Lower Egypt under a single supreme ruler for the first time in human history. To solidify his dominion, Narmer wore the double crown combining the white crown of the south and the red crown of the north. He established a strategic new capital at Memphis, positioned right where the river valley fans out into the delta. However, holding a united territory stretching over 600 miles required more than military force. It demanded divine legitimacy and an unprecedented administrative state. Narmer's successors proclaimed themselves earthly manifestations of Horus, claiming that only the pharaoh could compel the Nile flood. Around 2670 BCE, Pharaoh Djoser and his visionary chancellor Imhotep revolutionized royal authority. They constructed the step pyramid at Saqqara, built entirely from cut limestone rather than fragile mud brick. This six-tiered, 200-foot monument served as a permanent stone ladder to the heavens. It demonstrated to millions of subjects that the pharaoh possessed infinite power over both life and death. This monumental breakthrough catalyzed a golden age of state administration. Royal scribes refined hieroglyphic writing to systematically record tax revenues, census data, and grain yields across 42 administrative provinces. During the 3 months of the annual flood, when farming was impossible, the state mobilized tens of thousands of conscripted peasants. The crown housed and fed this massive seasonal workforce using abundant state grain reserves. By 2580 BCE, Pharaoh Khufu channeled this colossal bureaucratic apparatus into the most ambitious construction project of antiquity. This engineering marvel was the Great Pyramid of Giza. Over 20 years, workforce crews quarried, transported, and stacked 2,300,000 limestone and granite blocks. They erected a 481-foot artificial mountain, engineered with mathematical precision. At Giza, ancient Egypt reached its absolute zenith of power and organization. By raising 2,300,000 stone blocks into the sky, Khufu transformed scattered tribal settlements into the world's first unified superstate. In this single architectural marvel, human labor, state power, and religious devotion converged. They forged an indestructible national identity out of raw desert sand and river mud. The institutional framework created during this miraculous rise established a template of centralized power that endured for 3 millennia. Though dynasties collapsed, civil wars erupted, and foreign conquerors like the Hyksos and Romans invaded, the core pillars never vanished. Divine kingship, complex bureaucracy, and sacred architecture remain the bedrock of Egyptian identity. Egypt's dramatic emergence proved that organized human society could overcome catastrophic environmental collapse, turning a desolate desert corridor into the longest-lasting empire in human history. If you want to discover more untold stories from the ancient world, hit the subscribe button. Click the notification bell to join us on our